Well, sorry. Well, as it turned out, the Pittsburgh Steelers are once again eliminated from the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens, who, up and down, were a better team than us. There's not really much to say about the Baltimore Ravens, though. I think we still could have beaten them, honestly, but we know how it went. But yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers have once again lost their sixth straight playoff in the playoffs. So now I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really watch the game because I kind of predicted what was going to happen. Because tell you the truth, we were dealt a bad hand, honestly. And the reason why I said we dealt a bad hand, because if you really pay attention to the schedule, I know we still have to play our games, but if you pay attention to the schedule, we had to play 6 of our divisional games and 2 big games till end of the season. And even though I know we gotta play our games, we have to play our games because that's our schedule. But we're playing teams that we play twice a year. As in, we play Baltimore twice, we play the Browns twice, and we play Cincinnati twice. So those are, because that's our divisional games. And then to top it off, we had to play 2 talented, better teams, which is the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm not saying it's an excuse or anything, but if you're playing teams like them, yeah, you're gonna bound to get tired. I think that's partly what happened. So I'm not saying, again, I know we still have to play our games. I get that. We still have to play our games. We gotta win these games. Understandable. Not disputing that. But when you have all our divisional games towards the tail end of the season, what do you think was gonna happen? Now again, other teams did the same thing. Eagles had the Commanders, the Giants, and the Cowboys tail end of the season. That's true. They did have that. But I'm just saying, we had 6 divisional games towards the end of the season with 2 big games. To me, that's kind of unfair in a way, because I like it to be spread out. Not all, we got to play Baltimore first, then we got to play the Browns first, second, then we got to play Cincinnati, then we got to play the Browns again, then we got to play the Baltimore again, then we got to play Cincinnati. It's like, why would you guys put that on a mantle when you know we play each other twice? So I think that played a little bit part of it. Again, like I said, we had to play our games. That's undisputable. We had to play our games. But to put all divisional games towards the end of the season, yeah, you're bound to get tired. You're bound to get worn out. And I think that's played a little bit of part of it. But again, we have to play our games. It is what it is. As far as the playoffs concern is, yes, this is our 6th straight. And tell you the truth, we actually could have avoided playing Baltimore had we won against Cincinnati, and have the Chargers probably would have lost to one of the teams. I forgot who it was, but they were playing because they didn't want to play Baltimore. So honestly, we probably would have played Texas. But tell you the truth, the Texans just shocked the world just beat the Chargers. So I think it wouldn't really matter if we played the Texans anyway. I think it probably would have been the same result. So, but honestly, let me dissect what I've seen. Again, I didn't watch the game. I just watched some of the stuff that was going on. First and foremost, do I think Mike Tomlin needs to be fired? Tell you the truth, no. I don't think so. I think he would rather quit or retire than do that. But I don't think he should be fired. Here's the reason why. If you guys have noticed, and I know we got to start fresh. Everybody likes to start fresh everywhere. But it seems like every time a new coach comes in and doesn't perform well with the teams, either what they have right there or the talent they have, they don't be successful. I mean, look at the Patriots. I mean, to tell you the truth, I know it's not a good example, but the Patriots has been the coach there has been dealt a bad hand. First of all, he had a good roster. He ain't had no good roster. So for him to go in there and try to make something happen, again, this is first year in, and he won the game against the Buffalo Bills. Probably didn't want to supposed to win because he wanted to get draft picks. Okay, he won draft, but he wanted to try and win the games too. and then he got fired. So, what makes you think that somebody will come in to take Mike Tomlin's spot and take the Steelers to the next level? Because tell you the truth, honestly, you better, if you want to replace Mike Tomlin, you better hell find a good ass coach to take the mantle for what Mike Tomlin's done. I understand. Yes, he went 18 seasons with no losing season. What coach in the history has done that? So far, Bill Belichick has done it for a while, but then when Tom Brady and them left, he went from being almost no losing season to going diminish. Look at Mike Tomlin. I mean, yes, I understand. Playoff drought is a big ass deal. I'm not going to sit here and defend him on that. He has to do better. I get it. I'm not against that. He has to do better. Now again, I don't know much about Mike Tomlin, because again, I became a Steelers fan since 2011. Obviously, what people have been telling me, he's more this defensive mind. Okay, he's defensive mind coach. So if he's defensive mind coach, why are you not getting an offensive person to help with the offense? That's my thing. And on top of it all, again, we had Russell Wilson, we had Justin Fields. Tell you the truth, those two were better than what we had last year. Honestly, those two were better than we had last year. What we had last year? We had Kenny Pickett, we had Mason Rudolph, and we had Mitchell Trubisky. When Russell Wilson and Justin Fields came out in, yeah, we played better in the beginning of the season, and yes, we fell for a 4-game winning streak or a 5-game winning streak because we lost the playoffs. But it's still better than what we had. Now the offense is not rolling, obviously, because what's the problem now? We got the quarterback, honestly. Now again, I'm not saying that Russell Wilson is going to be the answer, and I think still Justin Fields will still be the answer. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. We don't know if we're going to keep Russell Wilson. I hope we do, because I want him to stay for another year. If we do move on from Russell Wilson, okay, we'll go away with Justin Fields. So, again, if you fire Mike Tomlin today, you better hell find a good coach to take the mantle. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't think anybody, as far as I know, somebody said King Kingsbury, somebody said this offensive. Okay, you want to get an offensive mind in the game. Okay, fine. You want to get an offensive offensive coach in the game. Okay, fine. Mostly based on offense. I get it. But what will happen, and I'm not saying this to be true, what will happen if we do get an offensive head coach and the defense doesn't play well? What then? See, to tell you the truth, it is hard. It is hard to get an offensive one to focus on offense, but then defense is terrible. But then get somebody good defense is great, but the offense stuff, it's tough. And tell you the truth, Mike Tomlin has done as much as he can to marinate what the talent he had. And yes, I understand, again, bigger points make sense. 6 playoff straight losses. But do you know why? Our wide receiver core is not there. Our offensive line is still a problem. And I've seen that because one of the guys, Bronner Jones, I'm starting to say, I think everybody can say for a second argument, he gotta go. He can't protect for nothing. In that game against Cincinnati, this man couldn't even stop a guy from getting Russell Wilson. And the offensive line doesn't protect Russell Wilson, stuff like that is going to happen. George Pickens being out for a while, he's trying to get back in. Now again, I don't know where his head's at. We know he's a talented wide receiver, but people are also saying that he should go. But again, if he's a talented wide receiver, that's great. But guess what? He's one. We need another. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, they're doing the best they could. Pat Freiermuth, we know how he can do. Denzel Washington, we know what he can do. There's some excuse for we lost 28-14 to the Baltimore Ravens. And honestly, tell you the truth, we did manage to get some key stops, but again, the defense didn't show up when it needed to show up. That's another thing. The defense. We're supposed to be the best defense in the NFL. Didn't happen. Couldn't stop Derrick Henry. We know we stopped Derrick Henry before. Not this time. Not this time. He ran for a 44-yard touchdown. How did we let that happen? How did we let that happen? Let Lamar Jackson just go ahead and roll around. Again, I didn't see the game. I'm just looking at the stat what I'm seeing. How do we let that happen? We're supposed to be better than this, and we're not. We're not. And then, I understand you can put this on Mike Tomlin. You can do that. But I don't think it's mostly on him. It's the people that we got to draft as well. Like I said, our next step, and to me, my next step for the Steelers is we got to revamp the offensive line. And the defense needs more girth. Because TJ Watt, Cam Hayward wasn't getting any younger. I know he signed a 3-year deal. He ain't getting any younger. He's getting up there. Megan Fitzpatrick, he can do for so much. Cam Sutton, he just came back from the suspension. He can only do for so much. Megan Fitzpatrick, same thing. TJ Watt, he ain't getting any younger either. So, this, to me, I understand about Mike Tomlin. I understand that. I get it. But he has an losing season. He finds ways to win games. Now, obviously, we didn't find ways to win games against a juggernaut team towards the end of the season. Towards the end of the season. First of all, we had some short weeks. That's another problem. We had short weeks. Another thing. Who in the God's name would make us play on a Saturday and then play on a Wednesday on Christmas Day? To me, that's another reason. And yeah, we had aggressive against Cincinnati. Tell you the truth, we could have beaten Cincinnati. Honestly, we had opportunities to do so, but we need more offense. Offense. And Arthur Smith, he was good. Don't get me wrong, he was good, but unfortunately, towards the tail end, non-existent. Non-existent. And the defense has to play better. We're supposed to be one of the best defense in the NFL. We did not show it the last 5 games. But I get it. We were tired. I understand we were tired. Because again, whoever created this schedule, instead of balancing out the schedule the way it is, make it play like easy teams here and somewhat good teams here or elite teams here, they put all that. We had some easy games in the beginning of the season, which we did. Then after bye week, we had Washington, who was good. Don't get me wrong, Washington was good. We barely won that game, and Washington actually could have won that game, honestly. Then we had Baltimore. Then we had Cleveland. Then we had Cincinnati. Then we had Cleveland. Then we had the Eagles. Then we had Baltimore. Then we had the Chiefs. Then we had Cincinnati. All towards the end of the season. End of the season. Whoever created that schedule, that's one of the part of the reasons why we fell. Because, again, we play the teams in the division twice. Twice. And yeah, we went 3-3 against them. Yeah, that's great. But again, we played them twice a year. And you put all divisional games towards the end of the season. It's one thing to put 3 divisional games in the end of the season like the Eagles had. Okay, we can deal with that. But to put all of them at the end of the season? And then we had to play 2 powerhouse teams? No, that's not fair to us. That's really not. And I'm not saying just for us, for any team. For any team that has to play powerhouse teams towards the end of the season. It should be spread out. It should be spread out. Yeah, you can put 3 divisional teams in the end of the season. Fine, you could do that. If you want to put Cincinnati, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers, Ravens in the end of the season, okay, fine. We can deal with that at least. But don't put all divisional games towards the end of the season. And I'm just talking about my team, any team. Any team. Just any. So, and again, we played 2 powerhouse teams. I already knew it was going to be the Chiefs. Even though it was short, I knew it was going to be the Chiefs because again, we were tired. It was like we had a 4-day rest. Or like 3-day practice, for crying out loud. Come on. So, I'm just saying, I don't think, to me, my time, I don't think needs to go. I really don't. because he even built that. In fact, the reason why I say Austin doesn't go because he even built that hand. Because again, the longest time we had was when Ben Roethlisberger was there. That's the thing. That's what kind of terrorized, and so we had to find a new quarterback. And I still believe Russell Wilson and Justin Fields can be that quarterback. Now again, if we move on from Russell Wilson, and no problem with that, though I still rather keep him, and we start with Justin Fields, we better hell find a way to revive him with talent. We know what Justin Fields can do, but we need protection of the offensive line. We need protection of the offensive line. Because right now, Bronald Jones ain't it. Some of the guys over there ain't it. Especially Bronald Jones. He gotta go. Because he can't block, protect for nothing. All he does is just this, and that's it. Or try to put, that's it. That's not enough. Not enough. Now again, I already seen the schedule for next year. I mean, I know we're still in the playoff picture, but I already saw the schedule for next year. So we played the NFC. We played the NFC North, which is the Lions division, and we played the AFC East, which is the Bills position. And I believe the other games are the Colts. Actually, I have it right. I think I have it right here. Let's see if it's the Colts. Okay, don't do that. So, because they already released the next year's schedule already. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, by the way, also a note on the Patriots, they just hired Mike Vogel. What is that? What is really, or is it something to say? I know I put it somewhere. Come on. Schedule. This was 6 days. This was 6 days ago. So, where are we? We are right here. So, like I said, we're playing the NFC. We're playing the NFC North, which, like I said, it's the Lions division, and then we play the AFC East, which is the Bills division. And our extra games are the Colts, Seattle, and Chargers. Again. So that's our next year's schedule. I don't know what's going to happen next year. Well, in this case, next season, because we're already in 2025. But you get what I'm saying. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope, I pray that I don't hear the words Mike Tomlin's fired. Because, tell you the truth, he doesn't deserve to be fired. He's done so much for this team. Yeah, I get it. I understand. 6 straight playoff losses is not great. It's not great. Like I said, we have the defense, we got the talent, but we need more wide receivers. I think our main problem is our wide receivers, Carl. Kyle Austin III, he has moments. Mike Williams, he had his moments. Van Jefferson, he had his moments. And George Pickens, still our best one we have. Pat Freiermuth, same thing. Najee Harris, Jerry Warren, the running backs that we have, same thing. Our quarterback, still believe in Russell Wilson, still believe in Justin Fields. But we need more. We need more. And think about what people say we should fire Mike Tomlin. Okay, you fired him. What are you going to get? Okay, I heard King Kingsbury. Okay, cool. Is he really going to revamp the whole team? Is he going to carry the problem? Because here to tell you the truth, again, you better find a way. Because again, if Ken Kingsbury does take over, again, I don't know much about coaching. I don't know about coaching. I don't. But if he does do a better job by the time and say, okay, hands free. We made it to the point. We made it to the whole scene. We got past second round. Cool. We did all that. But if he doesn't do what people think he was going to do, and we end up saying, like the Browns, 6-10 or 6-11, look at my Steelers fans like, so we got this guy for offensive talent. We got this guy, and yet we dropped the ball. Doesn't sound really good to me. Now listen, I'm not expecting Mike Tomlin to be around very long. He either going to retire or he will be traded. And tell you the truth, you're going to trade for what? A round pick for what? And like I said, what coach is going to take over for what he's did? Again, I know 18 losing seasons, having 18 of no losing seasons is not good enough to propel us to the promised land. I get it. But who are you going to find that's going to be successful? And here's the sad part. And we, like I said, we better pray that this don't happen. Because again, if this could happen, we thought it was going to happen to Diontae Johnson. Didn't happen because turns out he wasn't as good as he says. If Mike Tomlin does get traded to the Bears, and for some strange reason, the Bears end up successfully doing well, then the Pittsburgh Steelers, what's that going to say to us? Now I'm going to hear, oh, we should have kept Mike Tomlin. Oh, we should this. See, no, I don't want to hear that from those people. I don't want to hear that from you guys. Because you wanted him out. You wanted him out. And we got this, and we have some guy, like I said, some coach coming here. Oh, he going to trade the whole culture. Oh, yeah, we got something going on here. Next thing we know, we go 6-11. Last in the division, which we have never been as far as I know. We have never been last in the division. So if we come to time finds out that if we trade Mike Tomlin to the Bears or anywhere else, and he goes to be successful there, and to tell you the truth, I'm not saying these owners would do it, because I think Rooney, our owner, is well respected, but we don't even know if they're even gonna get or let Mike Tomlin even stay. Because remember, we barely have any black coaches in the NFL. Barely. We got more white coaches than we have more black coaches. And if we give up one to get one here, what does that say to us? So that's what I mean. But like I said, if he goes to another organization and he does well in that organization, takes them to the promised land, takes them to the Super Bowl, not saying that's going to happen, but you never know, and get past hump, and we, the Steelers, are in a losing slump because we're not getting anywhere, what is that going to say? What's it going to say to us? Now, one of the guys who does his broadcast, he does Steelers Talk. I love this guy. I do love this guy. I like him. I look how he speaks football. He knows what he's talking about. If you look him up, his name, I forgot his actual name. I got his name, but it's Steelers Talk. So let me look at him up real quick. Because honestly, I kind of forgot his name. And this show, I'm not even gonna go into it because, to tell you the truth, I am not even gonna entertain this one. Let's see, where is he? Alright, Steelers Talk. Let me click on him so I can see his name. Alright, Jack Spiro. Which I hear his name right. So yeah, Jack Sparrow from Steelers Talk. He actually does like to talk. I like watching his broadcasts. So that's something. So if you want some information or something, I recommend looking him up. He says that this is more of an offensive league than defensive league. Well, yes, maybe that's true. And I'm not condemning this saying that he's lying or anything, but maybe that's true. Because tell you the truth, it's really hard for a defense to play in an offensive game. It's a very offensive game. And again, I think there's really more penalties go on more the defensive side than the offensive side. So that's neither here or there. But to me, you still need a solid defense. Now, again, Mike Tomlin, I was told, is defensive mind. So if that's the case, he needs to make sure to buff up the defense. But to tell you the truth, honestly, if I really want to go even a little bit further, I mean, Mike Tomlin can do but so much. But Olin Khan's general manager as he is, if you know the offense needs something, then you need to get an offensive mind or offensive player to help out with the offense. Because to tell you the truth, again, tell you the truth, throughout the season, the offense was rolling. It was rolling those 10 games that we won. The offense was rolling. And then we started coming down. But why did we start coming down? Like I said, the games towards the end of the season, short weeks, and the fact of the matter is, I think Arthur Smith needs to do a little bit something different with the offense that we had. But the offense was rolling. It was rolling better than it was last year. So it was rolling better. Maybe not as extent that it was towards the end of the season, but it was rolling. And honestly, like I said, there are things, like I said, and the biggest key of them all, and I don't think people understand this, and because I said this in a few videos ago, when George Pickens is down, our wide receiver core was compromised. Because again, Kyle Austin III, he was supposed to be that guy. We know he's a good punt returner. We know that. He's supposed to be that guy. Didn't show what he needed to. Van Jefferson didn't show what he needed to. He had a good pass here and there. Black Friday move did his thing. There's our Washington play, did his thing. But our wide receiver core was compromised when George Pickens wasn't there. I think that was the major key. And then when George Pickens did come back, he was rusty. He didn't have the talent. Because again, if he was still playing, we would be doing exceptionally well. But our wide receiver core was compromised because he was gone for so long. The hamstring. And again, like I said, when you play these games against the visual talent, stuff like that happens. Like I said, Mike Williams was supposed to be the upgrade one. Didn't happen. Like I said, Kyle Austin III was supposed to be the next one. Didn't happen. Roy wasn't even, I don't even think he ever got a chance to play a damn game the entire season. That's bad. And we just got this guy from Michigan. That's bad. So, I think our wide receiver core was compromised. We got the quarterback. In a sense. We have a quarterback. 2 of them. But now it seems like the pieces we're missing is we need another good wide receiver. And the thing is, what also compromised that is the fact that during this offseason, everyone was talking about Brandon Ayuk coming here. Everyone was talking about some DK Metcalf coming here. Everybody was talking about these wide receivers that were supposed to come over here. Didn't happen. So what we got? We went with what we got. Because things been playing around, thinking we're gonna get this guy, we're gonna get that guy, we're gonna get this guy, and compromise the wide receiver core. That's what happened. We need, like I said, George Pickens can't be our only best wide receiver. We learned that from Antonio Brown. We had Juju Smith-Schuster. When he was up, when Edge Brown was double team, Juju. Where they decided to get Juju, Antonio Brown. We know. Le'Veon Bell was our best, was the greatest running back we ever had. I remember those. I remember the Killer Bees. So again, I think this entire season, even though we did successfully well, in this entire season, we had a talent. But again, I think we still lack in so many areas, especially the offensive line. I'm not expecting the offensive line to be Superman. I'm not expecting that. We're expecting to protect them long enough. Yes, our quarterback has played well as well. Granted. But I don't think that Mike Tomlin should be fired. I really don't. I believe this man. I believe in him. I thought this was going to be our year. Like I said, I told people this all the time. I don't think Super Bowl. I never will think Super Bowl until I see it to believe it. I think it making the playoffs and winning the playoff game. That's all I care about. I thought this was going to be it. Didn't happen. Our RC4 was compromised. Offensive line needs to be red. Our defense needs more girth. Someone to stop the damn run. We all could do for so much. Like I said, the offense but like I said, if people are saying offense is an offensive game, that's fine and dandy. But sometimes offense don't always win games. Not always. They do, but not always. Still need defense. But Kansas City probably has the maybe has the best offensive line in the world. We don't know. The defense still plays well. If the offense plays well, the defense plays well. Like I said, tell you the truth, and to tell you the truth, again, I didn't watch the game, but I saw we were on the verge of trying to come back. We were on, again, the Steelers were fighting, but again, yes, Steelers, we need to start fast, we need to start early, we get all that. But we was fighting, we was still trying to fight back, but death about hand. I'm always going to believe in the Steelers. This may not be our year, but I think next year will probably be our year. We're finally going to win a playoff game. But again, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I want to keep Mike Tomlin. I still believe in this coach. I still believe in him. I want to get that alert and hear that, unfortunately, that the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers has been fired. I don't want to hear that. If I hear that, you better find me a good ass coach that can replace him. Because if you can't, I'm going to boycott the Steelers. Now, so again, let me make sure that I hear it correctly. This, like I said, Jared, I gotta get off very soon. I gotta take care of something. I gotta take care of something. What's this? Oh, it's nothing. Let me see here what he said.
let me get to George Pickens here. Speaking of Russell Wilson and Jordan and Justin Fields being free agents, GP's not a free agent, but he is on an expiring rookie contract next year, and he needs to improve his downfield vision. He needs to improve his timing. He needs to improve his anticipation. Make Arizona download game time picks. He'll deliver a dime down the field from time to time. In fact, he was forcing this year EPA per pass attempt, 10 plus air yards down the field. So this guy still has good arm talent, great touch on the ball. You have the guys put your team this way. Put it on Kevin Colbert or Omar Khan all you want. It's Mike Tomlin's image, man. And like, if I were the Steelers, I would want Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, Liam Cohen, or Joe Brady as my next head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a little bit on Mike Tomlin for not doing much getting offensive talent on this team. And, this team is built in his image, and that is on him for building the team this way. You can put it on Kevin Colbert or Omar Khan all you want. It's Mike Tomlin's image, man. And, like, if I were the Steelers, I would want Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, Liam Cohen, or Joe Brady as my next head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, as the thing says here, I think our Rooney's going to bring it back. It's a 10-win season, playoff season. Never had a losing season. Those things are going to matter to our Rooney. I think this entire coaching staff will be backwards in 2025, unfortunately.
Okay, so he says Cliff Kingsbury, if I remember correctly. Hang on, let me go back.
Like, all these teams are offensive teams that consistently are ranked in the top 5 to top 10 in offensive statistics on a team level. The Steelers consistently rank in the bottom 10. All right, and that's a little bit on Mike Tomlin for not doing much getting offensive talent on this team. And, this team is built in his image, and that is on him for building the team this way. Put it on Kevin Colbert or Omar Khan all you want. It's Mike Tomlin's image, man. And, like, if I were the Steelers, I would want Ben Johnson.
So he says Ben Johnson,
Cliff Kingsbury,
Liam Cohen,
or Joe Brady is my next head coach.
And Joe Brady. I have no idea who those coaches are. That's what he said. This is what Jackson said. Again, look him up. Steelers Talk. If you are a Steelers fan, look him up. Okay, so truly is an offensive league. But what I was told about what makes the Steelers is you run the ball, try to score, and our defense try to hold it down. That's basically been the Steelers. I think that's what the Steelers do out history, as far as I know. And I don't see that. I don't think they should change that. And the reason why I said don't change that, because that's not what makes the Steelers the Steelers, as far as I know. Again, I'm just still learning the history of what makes the Steelers the Steelers. Again, I'm a late bloomer. I've been a fan since 2011, so I'm a late bloomer. So if you know more about Steelers than I do, hey, I'm up for it. I listen to those who have been Steelers fans for generations, for years, right since the early 70s when the Steel Curtain. And I'm still learning the Steel Curtain. I mean, I watched the documentary, but I'm going to watch it again just to understand the Steel Curtain, the Steeler way. But again, as I said before, it's true that offense scores a lot of points. But if you pay attention throughout the games, yes, offense do score a lot of points, but defense has to show up too when needed most. So if we just stick to just focus on offense, what's going to happen to our defense? Because if you remember, this was weeks ago. I think it was like weeks ago. The Baltimore were up by a number of points, but two teams came back and won those points, if I remember correctly. So to say that it's an offensive game, yeah, you can say it's an offensive league, but you still need a defense to stop it. Now, defense didn't show up when we needed them to show up, don't get me wrong. And yes, our offense did play poor. Again, not disputed that. But if you just focus more on the offense side of the ball, but not focus on the defense side of the ball, guess what? No matter how many points you have, if defense can't stop anything, you might still lose the game. And I think what people are missing. Not everything is all about offense. You know who gets the most calls back on penalties? Yes, the defense. The defense gets most call penalties. Pass interference, hold, Eagles blocking the back, stuff like that. Now, of course, false starts, holding, all that stuff does matter as well. We get all that. Defense gets more of the trouble than the offense, which is true. But again, we have the offense. I think we need more offensive talent. And even though I know as far as, again, hearing that Mike Tomlin is a defensive person, okay, get somebody that can help him with the offense side of the ball. Get him something that will help the offense side of the ball. Like I said, if Arthur Smith does come back, he may come back. George Pickens may come back. Hopefully he does, because he's a good talent. He's knucklehead at times. You got to pay attention. But bring him back. But if he does, bring him back. Russell Wilson, if you still think this guy has what it takes to be a quarterback, bring him back. Bring Justin Fields back. Because again, we have the talent. We just need more. We just need the wide receiver core. That's why I said when we played against the Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, George Pickens was gone. Every wide receiver has to step up. And they didn't. Some of them did, some of them didn't. It didn't happen. That was one of the major things. Because I guess I would say that he got that hamstring injury from when playing the, what's that team? Cincinnati. Because like I said, towards the end of the season, we were playing our divisional game. Have we not played all 6 of our divisional games towards the end of the season, I think we would have been a record. I think we would have been a higher seed. Didn't have to worry about playing Baltimore 3 times in a damn row. Didn't happen. Fatigue. Worn out. Stuff plays a part where you don't realize it or not. I don't think I said it once, I'll say it again. I still believe in Mike Tomlin. He can get us to the promised land. I believe in him. He just needs the offensive talent. We just need that. We need another wide receiver. And hell, if we need another quarterback, fine. Now, do I believe Arthur Smith is the answer of the offensive coordinator? Maybe he still is. But we don't know. I don't think Rooney is going to be eligible enough to get rid of Mike Tomlin. I don't think he will. Because I still believe in him. He still believes in him. Like I said, the man got us 10 wins. The man got us to the playoffs. Give him credit for that. Yes, we have to win a playoff game to show what we are. I understand that part as well. We need to win a playoff game to prove that we have improved. And tell you the truth, we would have had it had we had all our people. Our defense is playing well. Yeah, we still give up points. Don't get me wrong. And our offense barely can produce points. But like I said, we need more offensive talent. And like I said, if you were to get rid of Mike Tomlin today and get somebody else in there, you better make sure that he carries the mental. Because again, if we go down to the bottom barrel and we lose 6 and go 6-11 or worse, 3-13, worse than that, what then? And Mike Tomlin finds another job, gets hired by, like I said, the Bears, or gets hired by who needs a quarterback? Who needs like the Jets? And all of a sudden, he went from being, well, he's a bad coach, a good coach, something like that, and all of a sudden dragged this team to the playoffs while we're sitting at home, last place in the division. I would go on every network, every Facebook, every Twitter, and say, I told you so. We should never let him go. I would much rather have him retire or leave than to be traded somewhere. I believe in this coach. There are people in this I see on Facebook, they still believe in Mike Tomlin. I believe the players still believe in Mike Tomlin. And here's the thing, you gotta understand something. I understand about the coach's plan. Sometimes you can't always put it on the coach. Sometimes you gotta put it on the players too. And the players don't do what they're supposed to do. What do you expect? That's another thing. Don't just focus on just the coach sometimes. You gotta also focus on the players too. But again, like I said, tail end of the season. I'll end this by saying my thoughts on these. Mike Tomlin will come back. I firmly believe that. The next offseason, free agency is going to be a key for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe we have a cap space. I don't know we have enough cap space, stuff like that. But I believe the free agency is going to be key for us. I believe it's going to be key for us. If not, the draft is going to be key for us. We need another wide receiver. Someone to go with George Pickens. We may need another running back because we don't know if Najee Harris will be back. Same as Jalen Warren. We need a better offensive line because Bryan Jones ain't it. Our defense, we need more girth. We need someone to help stop the run. We need our defense to be improved. Today, well, in this case, yesterday, the Steelers' season ended with a 5-game losing streak. 4 games in a row, and a playoff loss. It's hard being a Steelers fan. It's hard to see our team not produce well. It's hard to see our team go down the way we did, but we did. And like I said, our success was based on when Big Ben Roethlisberger was still our quarterback. And like I said, had he retired sooner or later, or if we had like a backup for him, maybe we could have won more games. The Steelers way is still the Steelers way. But like I said, I still believe in Mike Tomlin. I still believe in this team. Our season ends. But I think we can still turn around next season. We don't know what's going to happen next season. Our next season could be our year. Not saying Super Bowl, of course. I'm not going that far. But people in the coaching staff in the Steelers Nation, you guys know that Mike Tomlin finds ways to win football games. We didn't find this year, obviously, towards the end of the season. We didn't. But he finds ways to win football games. Name me a coach that could do that. Name me a coach that will find a way to defend all odds. Name me a coach that can do that. And a message to Mike Tomlin. I doubt he'll listen to this because, again, I know he's other stuff that may be, who knows. I think you are on the hot seat at this point because we see what's going on. I don't believe the teams are turning against you. I say they praise and believe in you. But as I mentioned, losing seasons is not enough. It's not enough. It's great that we have no losing seasons. That's great. But we cannot go in the postseason and be one and done. We have to be better. You have to be better. All Khan, you're a general manager now. You got to find the talent that we need to propel this team. Goldberg, you need to find something to help prepare this team. Because right now, the Steeler Nation is frustrated with this. Because like people are saying, same old Steelers, same old ways, same old Steelers. This can't be the same old Steelers. You know this back in the 70s. You see what happened in the early days. This can't be the same old Steelers every single year. Something has to change. If it means getting rid of Mike Tomlin, which I'm praying it doesn't, I'm really praying that it doesn't. But if that comes to pass, you better find a good ass coach that can take us to the promised land and keep the momentum going. Because again, as far as I learned, we have not been last place in our division. I ain't trying to get to that point. We ain't trying to get to that point. And for those of you who will cheer to hear the words Mike Tomlin fired, and then get a coach that comes in and probably doesn't produce what Mike Tomlin has done, all you people that did that, guess what? I will be laughing at you because you wanted him out. And you got somebody else to take care of. You come in. And look where we're at. And look where we're at. So, I'll end this by saying this. Our season came to an end. Abruptly against the Baltimore Ravens, who we will get our revenge next year. And I still believe that Mike Tomlin will still be our head coach. I believe Arthur Smith may be back. I don't know. He's supposed to get an interview from the other coach. I don't know. But as far as right now is, sad day to be a Steelers fan because our Steelers didn't go very far. But I'm still a Steelers fan through and through. So we got through. It was a tough time. Hopefully our scheduling will be better next year and not put all our divisional games towards the end of the season, please. Please don't do that again because that was bullshit. And I'm not just talking about for our team, for every team. Don't do that. So all I can say is, go Steelers. And a new day ends today. After the Super Bowl, a new chapter begins. Go Steel City.